Hey, welcome back. I'm doing triceps. I'm kidding, I'm doing biceps, obviously. So let's get to it. Bend your legs, tighten your calves, go down and Alright. Now smaller curls until you can't do them. Get the top of their biceps. Whew. All right. And this is coming off. You see that? It's because I listen to my own advice. Alright. Oh, all right. Okay. All right, I'm only going to do one more set in a shirt. I don't want to tear. Surprised me, my left bicep. I tore it right here on my blue shirt by just doing this when I had this shirt all folded down so that it was covering my arm. I just went and I ripped it right here. It was so cool. I wish I got it on video. It was like one of those moments that you wish you got on camera, but like, then you're not living, you know? Fuck. I need some water. I actually think my shoulders got big enough where the sleeves are up high enough where it doesn't matter. Bitch. Sorry. Okay. Oh, look, you shook. Gotta stop vacuuming before I do workouts. It's such a shock, it's ridiculous. Oh, jump from my oak table. Oh, my gaming table. If I ever get friends smart enough to game against me again. I, not one to brag, but I happen to be a master magician at the game Magic. I have a 3-turn guaranteed win no matter what. I can win in 2 turns if I get the perfect draw. But it's no matter what. Guaranteed 3-turn win. Unless you build an entire deck to counter me, then it's 4 or 5 turns. But you're gonna lose. There's no beating it. And then I made almost an identical deck, but with just not all the really broken expensive cards that I had many multiples of, because my grandfather was obsessive compulsive like me, but in a weird way where he needed to collect everything and own everything. Even if he would never play with it or ever do anything with it, he just needed to own it. And he had almost every single Magic card known to man. I managed to get my hands on beta back, but he had alpha cards. So that's why I will never, ever, ever, ever play a newer game rules. Any game rule that isn't what is it? Restricted was a collection. What is it? What are they called? I haven't played in it's been over a decade. But you pick it up like that. It's like riding a bike. Revised. I will only play revised matches. Wait. No. I just said that again. That's the name of a... It's the name... damn it. No. Oh, what are they called? What are they called? Infinity decks? No. Unlimited? Wait, no, Unlimited was... No, I don't... Fudge, I gotta remember this. I think it's revised. Pretty sure it's revised. Keep wanting to say like Olympic or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, now that I've had time to think about it whilst not being on camera, I know that it's revised. I didn't go look yet. I'm gonna double check though later. Or probably not. I'll probably forget because I don't play Magic anymore. Because I don't know of anyone who has the collection of cards that I do. Never mind the level of decks I do. I mean, I have over pretty much like 200 decks. About 120, 130 of them are competition worthy in their own right. Because I made specific decks for specific, creatures or artifacts or whatever, or playing styles like a draw deck or a discard deck. Those decks are my favorite to play. Because then when you're adding cards to it, sky's the limit. As long as it's the right color. But if you're in artifacts, sky's the limit for real. Just pick a color that you want to have one main spell in. Put 4 of that spell in it, make the rest artifacts, and keep the rest that colored mana. Never go past 60 cards. You do that and you're foolish. Also, never put too much mana in your deck. Grade about the amount of mana to the amount of turns and to the amount that will ever be needed. Like if your highest mana cost card is like 3, you shouldn't have more than 16 to 18 to 20 cards in your deck depending of mana. Depends on how many of those cards you have that are at that high cost. If you only have one, or one of it, and then you have that 4 of it, then yeah, you can still stick to 16. And then the rest are 1 mana card cost, and then you're like boom, 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 and then that's just a quick and easy way. But traditionally, people like to build up. And this is all I'm gonna do when it comes to talking about Magic. It's just the only collectible trading card game that is actually playable. Everything else is like kind of TV Magic. They like make up the rules as they go, and I know that for a fact because I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and neither of those games are the same at any two tournaments. At any one tournament, I should say. Every tournament's unique. It's whoever the owner or the prize giver decides. They could be like, oh, you attacked their defense and all that stupid shit. No, it's supposed to be straightforward. There should be no room for misinterpretation. But yeah, when it comes to trading card games, which I didn't mention Star Wars, which is the closest one to an actual playing game. It's much like, it's almost identical to Magic, but they add in their whole little thing for it, and they have a game board and stuff, and it's just, the rarity of the cards were too rare, and it pretty much seemed like, unless you were going to spend like $100,000 on Star Wars cards, which I came close to spending probably around 10 grand over time when I was a kid. I mean, today's money, not then money. Back then it was probably only like a grand, if that, probably $800. But most of it was because I got super deals from my grandfather because he owned a card shop. But yeah, he had all like, Luke Skywalker and all the really like Darth Vader and all the amazing cards. I think the closest I ever got to any of that was like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Princess Leia and R2-D2 and X5 or whatever, which was like a super expensive, super rare droid. I got that one. But that was it. Oh yeah, and the Death Star. And then also the second Death Star, which was even rarer. And then the half-made Death Star, which was very common. But yeah, so yeah, out of all those games that are, want to be playable, that captivated all of the children across the world because, they were really cool and they smelt really good. And it was like crack opening up a pack. Literally, you would crack them open because they're like that really tight plastic. It would go squeak, 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 and rip open. And then if you did it like fast, it would go snap. And then you'd get that whiff of card, and you're like, oh, it's like literally it's better than a new car scent, better than the nose scent of a vagina. It's like one of the best scents ever. So yeah. Besides that, I collected a lot of what I lost, trading them in to get Magic cards from my grandfather before he got too old, and I only got a couple packs from him. And then when I really was into it, it was my Nana just like giving everything to my aunt. I guarantee you probably like maybe $1 million worth of alpha cards, or $1 million plus, because every single card is worth over $1,000. And I'm pretty sure one of the bottom boxes was alpha, and probably had triples, and because when I opened up from beta back there was literally quadruples, or like there was the one card, Demonic Tutor. It literally paid my mortgage because you could literally bring it to the card shop that would give you half price and I would still get $40 for it. So yeah, I had like 100 of them. And they're completely illegal. I mean, they're even illegal for revised. So yes, it's revised. Now it's coming back to me. It's revised. That's the only true Magic anything. If you're listening to this and you're watching this and you play with any card that is bought in after uh, Core 11, after Core 11, they started changing all the rules because after then they made a big announcement saying that they were discontinuing the original artwork. And to do that, to be able to do that lawfully, they had to create new artwork, and they couldn't put the different rules. They had to put different rules because they could never go in remake not only the art but the rules of the cards again. So that's why every single card that's almost identical is worded differently. It's just the same exact thing. It's just worded differently. And then it's worded differently. So like if I were to go and play it, I'm like an old person, even though I'm not fucking old at all. And I'm just not a stupid kid that doesn't bathe. And yeah, I would look at it and be like, this is what? And have to think about it every single time I use the simplest of spells. You have to literally relearn the entire game. You would have to take the edition that they're at now, which is garbage, and then literally go and buy a shit ton of it, and then learn all the random rules for all the different things. Like, that's the whole point about Magic. You are the best magician, the best Magic player ever, the best duelist ever. That's what they call you. You're a duelist, not a magician. But yes, I just made that up. But yeah, to be the best duelist in the world, you have to know every single card out there. So that way you can literally build decks to go up against any possibility. Because when it comes to tournaments, like, you have literally a pack of cards. I think they allow you 16 cards to swap in and out in between facing people. So, like me, I got, like, if I have like a cheap, like, like straight, like, like trying to kill them and their creatures and everything, then I go up against some other deck that can counter me and can also build up. I'm going to want to swap out those 4 cards and maybe, or not 4 cards, those 16 cards, and maybe 4 of them are mana or whatever the fuck, and then the rest are all high cost cards like dragons and shit. Like that's how you advance. And also, being a collector like me, I put away one of every card that's rare or that's uncommon or rare. And yeah, I put all the rares in cases, and I have them all in the original set boxes all the way up until the 11th edition. And they would come in, like, you'd buy this set edition, and it would come with two card boxes and a set of die, and then like sometimes it would come up with like a special counter, and then a collector's book for that edition, and then also a user guide, whatever. And then yeah, so I have like a whole bunch of them, and I put them all into an Adidas, one of these that's identical to this, but Adidas, and they just all fit in it. They just fit in that bag, and then on top of that, I have my checklists and everything, and yeah, that's all hidden, put away, like in a safe, because it's worth probably around $1 million, because that's all the way back to beta. I have beta cards that are rare. And beta cards now are over $1,000 a piece. I don't know why I said 1,000. They're all alpha are like $3,000, $2.5, $3,000 a piece. But yeah, So, I had a point to all that. See if I remember when I'm doing my reps. Down to 15 pounds now. Damn, I want to play Magic now. But no one is worth playing. That's why Magic is awesome, because they have, like, segregated tournaments where it's like, all right, this is a revised tournament, this is this generation tournament, this is this type of tournament. And then they have like commander decks, which are stupid as shit, but for some reason this blonde hair, blue eyed, perfect envision of a Nazi youth. Like, literally, he is the spitting image of the poster child. That, like, if like he was in Germany in 1949 or 1944 or 43, like during the height of World War II. I don't know why I said 49. I was thinking 39. If he was there in 1939 and he was like that Olympian, which athletic wise, he was always very athletic. I mean, I played almost every sport with him. And then he played a couple more sports I didn't. Because I was like, okay, this sport sucks. Because the referees suck. And the coach sucks. When you have a coach that knows less than you about the sport, you kind of lose all interest. And then especially when they're like 400 pounds and they're telling you to run laps. It's like, you run a lap, you fat fuck. I mean, you fat fart. Fudge head. Fudge you, fart head. That's not how F-bombs are dropped, you idiot. Fart you, fart hole. Especially on the football team. They're the worst. I gave up football immediately when we were full tackling and the coaches were all fat pieces of shit. And I have to admit, the last time I was going to be a coach, which I'm a World Series baseball player, gone to the World Series twice, lost once, won once. Lost when it was because of that Ben Icky fuck was on our team because he stayed back and was some reason not in the major, like the high school team. He was in the majors with us. On the Triple A's, the Oakland Athletics, back when us young kids didn't know about, the Bash Brothers. I mean, we did, but we didn't know that was after. Like, this was, when Mark McGwire was playing for the Cardinals and, Jose Canseco was playing for, I don't even know what. I think it was like the Dodgers or something like that. Some bottom of the barrel team that just wanted him just because he was Jose Canseco. I'm Jose Canseco. It's from Liar Liar. Now I'm Chrissy in The Sopranos. The Puerto Ricans are really into that cloning shit. The fuck you talking about, Puerto Ricans? I'm talking about cloning sheep. Cell phones. I'm talking about cell phone cards. I'm talking about fucking cloning sheep, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Fudge shouldn't... cut all that out. I can't even talk to Sopranos. There's so many F-bombs. Fart you, farthead. See, I cut that all out. Cut all the F-bombs. She has just even cut the reference to Chrissy doing 10-pound curls. I don't feel like I'm making fun of anyone during this video. Cloning cell phones, calling cards. Today is Thursday, which means that after 1 p.m. we can all watch the new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 3, Part 1 of the Culling Games, which I don't like the fact that I actually don't like. I absolutely hate. I was just about to just spew off F's. Just F this, F that, F this. But seriously, they introduce you to Tengen. Tengen is a androgynous female character that has become just an entity. It is neither male nor female at this point. And the voice is the exact same voice in the Japanese version of all narration. Everything that is explained in the entire show is the same voice as Tengen when Tengen is introduced in Season 3, Episode 3. So, what really upsets me and what really pisses me off to know, I was going to say F in end. Go, alright? Go. So, literally, to go and deal with that in America, instead of coming up with, an androgynous voice in the get-go, they chose like a nice male voice to explain everything, which was awesome because he explained everything so well you didn't have to go back and rewatch to understand the real complex things that were happening in the show, because he was an amazing narrator. Just like the androgynous person, which is a female actress, but she is so androgynous that she sounds more male than female when she does that voice. So that's why the character is identified as male until you find out later that it was a female. But it's been alive for 500 years. So it's become one with the world. So then you find out that Tengen has literally been narrating the whole story from the beginning because she has been watching from the beginning. And so the narrator is a male in the American version. They can't just all of a sudden take the now female voice that they chose to use, which is a shit one when it comes to androgynous or anything. It just sounds like a heavy woman. Literally, it just sounds like a heavy woman with just a fat bitch. And I know, because you can hear by the throat. You can hear the fat jaw. You can tell when someone's fat when they talk. Oh my God, me being a person that pays attention to speeches, and I have a very acute ear to music and sounds. Like, one of my favorite things in the world is scoring. And that's why Danny McBride is probably the best filmmaker to ever been born, because he scores better than anyone ever. And a good score on a good scene can make it a work of art. And he has done that time and time again, to the point where I literally lost count. It's in the hundreds. Just go back and watch Eastbound and Down, most recently The Righteous Gemstones, but the major masterpiece was Vice Principals. That's what set Walton Goggins into the stratosphere, enough to be compared to he's Walton Goggins, enough to be compared to Pedro Pascal in the fact that he's everywhere. And then people ask him, are you going to get the same Pedro Pascal fatigue? And he's like, no, I'm actually a good actor. He's such a good actor that he doesn't fix his pigeon toe. He just goes with it. It becomes part of the role. It's fucking awesome. That guy is fucking. I apologize. Cut that part out. Fudge. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't say the F word. It's not cool, unless you're me. So do as I say, not as I do. But also, I shouldn't be doing it either, so I'm not setting a good example. So, anyways, back to what I was saying without getting too emotional. I care about all those types of things. So, when, like if someone remakes a song, there's like probably maybe 2 or 3 seconds of each song that became like a masterpiece, where they had a couple seconds of that song which was just pure magnifique. It was just pure art. It was just absolutely amazing. It every time you hear it, it like releases dopamine inside your body. That's how good it is. And Danny McBride would do that with a visual on top of it, and a storyline, and players in the game that you care about. No other director or actor or writer has done that. Or scorer, if that's just their job. Because most of the time, there's just a person that scores. And then they work with the director, or if it's a movie, the director normally scores, or they choose an artist to score their whole film. I want to get tennis elbow doing this. Talk too long. Okay, I did it. This is Bodybuilding by Holobic, and I hope to see you next time.